Hello you mighty fine people of YouTube. Today we are going to be taking a look at Metro Simulator 2. Now there's two trains in Metro Simulator 2 and today we will be learning about the oldest train that is available to play in the game. So it's an introduction to the older train. I'm not going to try and pronounce the actual name because I'm not familiar with the Russian language, and this is based or is the Moscow metro subway system. So there's a lot of there's actually a lot of it is, if you're looking on the controls, a lot of it is actually in the Russian language. Now while I'm playing through the playthrough of setting up the train, I'm not going to try and even explain what I'm trying to do here. What I will say to you, this is my second go, so I am a little bit familiar with this older loco. Although I probably won't be playing like a pro on it because I've still got a lot to learn. But Metro Simulator 2 is its planned release date is the 15th of December 2022, and it's coming out on early access on Steam store for the PC. So I've actually been granted access to the game before it's actually been released. So I would imagine this is obviously a pre-release build, and it's not the final version because when it does come out on Steam, it's going to be coming out in a early access state.
The next station is Ясенево. Для вашей безопасности держитесь за поручни.
So we have to set up what they call a informer here, which gives all the route information to the passengers, and we can play the recordings to give the passengers the information where we are and where the actual train is going via this informer. I don't know a great deal about it. Like I say, I'm still learning it. I'm still getting to grips with it. It does take quite a bit of time to actually learn this, I would think, because this is my second go and I'm not 100% up to speed with it as of yet. Now if you look on the left hand side, you will see a white board that tells you your destinations and your estimated or your expected time of arrival. Gives you all the information. Now my stopping, I have to say, is pretty terrible. I'm pretty hopeless at stopping this train, so like I say, it's my second go. I know I'm making excuses, but I'm not brilliant at it at the moment. And if you're reading the text at the top of the screen, it does say precise braking with the independent brakes is one of the hardest things to master. You can use the independent brake, and the throttle does actually slow you down as well. If you pull it all the way back, it seems to be a throttle brake as well, but obviously you do need to use the independent brakes as well to slow this train down. And I'm still learning.
Осторожно, двери закрываются. Следующая станция Рижская.
The next station is Rижская.
One thing I hope they do change is the size of the cursor on the screen. I'm finding it very difficult to actually see where I'm pointing at, because the cursor is generally just a little dot on the screen. It needs to be made a little bit bigger. Now there is a couple of game modes. We have free mode where it says you can choose your role as a train driver or passenger. You can choose the station or dead end where you start the game by yourself. You can also drive on the line without passengers, but in any time you can set the desired route and set up the schedule. It's important to follow it and depart from the stations in time. In the scenarios, conditions are predetermined. As a player, you will face different unusual situations which may occur in the metro, so you have to listen to the dispatcher's orders and follow them. The Moscow Metro line has 24 stations, various tunnels with various objects inside them, it says. By using modern technologies, the game delivers all the experience of Russian capital subway. Stations on this line were built in different time periods, so they reflect their era's developments in the game. Okay, with this being the tutorial, I think what's happened is I've actually stopped too short. I need to stop the train a little bit further up the line. Let's try here.
Станция Рижская. Выход к Рижскому вокзалу и железнодорожной платформе Рижская. Второй диаметр.
This is Rижская. Change here for D2.
Осторожно, двери закрываются. Следующая станция Алексеевская.
The next station is Alexeyevskaya.
Для вашей безопасности держитесь за поручни.
So I was actually speeding there, and the vigilance system came on to tell me, and it slowed me down. You can override that by pressing the buttons, of course. So stopping when you first play this is actually, for most people, will probably be quite difficult. So I find it a bit difficult to judge. And the game itself does pre-warn you that braking requires a lot of getting used to. And I'm going to overshoot just slightly. I suppose that wasn't too bad. My second go.
Станция Алексеевская.
This is Alexeyevskaya.
Осторожно, двери закрываются. Следующая станция ВДНХ.
The next station is Vdnha.
Будьте вежливы, уступайте места инвалидам, пожилым людям, пассажирам с детьми и беременным женщинам.
So we had to wait there for the brake lines to discharge. I actually find controlling the speed of this loco quite difficult. I'm not that good on the throttle. I find it difficult to actually find where the neutral position is on the throttle. We've got power and we've got brake on that throttle. And obviously you have to use the independent brake as well to slow you down when you're coming into the stations. It really is a challenge to try and stop this loco like a pro. There's quite a skill to it. Let's see how we get on. I think I'm going overshoot. Independent brake on. We've got the mirrors. Have you noticed all the mirrors on the platforms? They all actually work.
Станция ВДНХ. Конечная. Поезд дальше не идет. Пожалуйста, выйдите из вагона.
This is Vdnha. This train terminates here.
О подозрительных предметах сообщайте машинисту. Пассажирам запрещено находиться в поезде, который следует в тупик. За это предусмотрена административная ответственность согласно законодательству Российской Федерации.
So now we are going to learn actually how to turn the train around at the end. So we've got to obey the speed restriction and be ready to hold down the vigilant buttons. So I know U on the keyboard is one of the vigilant buttons, and I think Z is the other one, but I think we only have to press the one button. I'm not sure, I don't quite understand the vigilant system on this loco, because there is 2 buttons to press, but it says, what does it say up there? Now head to the dead end, be careful after the sign 04. Which means no frequency. So don't forget to hold the vigilance button before approaching this sign, U. I'll just keep pressing the vigilant buttons. I'm not familiar with this. We are playing through a tutorial here, so I myself am learning this. There we go, we've just tripped. I'm pressing the buttons. So we've got vigilant buttons there. We tripped the emergency system. And we tripped it again. Let's try again. I'm pressing the button. You can hear me pressing the button. I think we got through it this time. Boy, it's accelerating quick. We tripped it again. Brake awareness buttons. We're not doing too good on this one. I don't quite understand this bit. This is pre-release gameplay that you're actually watching here, and when it does come out, this game, it's going to come out in early access on Steam. Planned release date is the 15th of December 2022. So there's no, if you notice when we open the doors, there's no, there you go, there's no actual sound effect of the doors actually closing yet. Hopefully, you know, they put that in the game at a later date, or maybe it will be in upon release. But walking along here, you don't realise just how long this metro train is. Needs a bit more sounds on the opening and closing of the doors though. Hopefully, maybe they'll put that in. It is coming out in early access. I'm sure people are going to start to mention that. Maybe they will put it in before it's actually released. So use routing to build the route to the second track. So you have to build your route to which track you want to go on. So we've got to get the train ready now. All necessary switches are marked with the arrows for our convenience. In the tutorial anyway. I've not played past the tutorial yet. So I hope these hint arrows are on actually in the game. Maybe there's an option to turn them on and off. Hopefully there is an option to turn the hint arrows on and off, because once you get familiar with the how to operate the train, be a good option to be able to turn the hints on and off. So I think this is where this tutorial comes to an end. So there's 2 trains available in this simulator. This is the older one. I'm not going to try and pronounce the name of it. Full details of Metro Simulator 2 will be in the video description below. And I will do a follow-on video shortly to follow this one on the other loco that's available in the game. Oh, so there you go. Route completed. You have successfully finished the scenario, which was the tutorial to the older train. So there you go. I tried my best at playing through that. That was my second go. So you've just been watching Metro Simulator 2 gameplay, and that was the older train that we've just learned or trying to learn to drive. A follow-on video will follow shortly.